Hey guys, it's day 2. I know, right? It was just mere moments ago, it was day 1. And I rubbed the dirt on a fender and looks dirty. Anyways, continuing putting these signal lights on. Now, I think I move you guys back. What I've done is these old signal lights, they're not getting used. I'll probably save the bulbs because that's the kind of guy I am. Because you never know when you might need one of these little bulbs one day. I know, I've never seen one like that before, but clearly I haven't changed many signal light bulbs or marker light bulbs in a peep. So yeah, anyways, I snipped the wires off and I'm going to connect these, connect those, so they just plug right in to the OEM wiring. And then that way, if I don't like these signal lights, or let's face it, they're made in plastic, so one day they're gonna fail probably. So, I mean, they look nice enough now, but they're plastic. Mind you, most things are plastic, even the... Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Well, I think you know what I'm talking about. Do I know what I'm talking about? I don't know if I do know what I'm talking about. Might be crazy. I might be crazy. You might be lazy. But you just don't know the fool that you're looking at. Excuse me. Who am I kidding? I'm not lazy. I like to eat though. Lord knows I like to eat. Oh, and if you haven't checked out There's Only One King merch, go to shoppeterbiltmike.com and still some left. And you know, I should make some better pictures for Shop Peterbilt. You know, you guys should go check out Shop Peterbilt Mike and tell me what the pictures look like. I could use someone to take some, you know, really good pictures of the merch, and it would be handy is what I'm saying. You know, maybe I could get my kids to do it. Who am I kidding? Trying to get teenagers to do anything? Barely get them to get up in the morning. Like, oh, I worked so hard. You didn't do anything. Oh yeah, well, I played games so hard. Yeah, good kids. Like to give them a hard time. They're lazy. Yep, they're lazy. That's the new modern thing. Yeah, try and get your kids to, you know, maybe it's tough love a guy needs to do, you know. I remember Dad used to wake us up in the morning and be like, drop your, and grab your socks. We're going. I was like, okay, where are we going? We're going to work on trucks. And I'd be like, I don't want to go work on trucks. I want to stay in bed. But look at that. Well, I worked on trucks as a kid and I grew up and I'm still working on trucks. But now I'm doing it for fun because I enjoy it. I know. I wouldn't have guessed it either. Nope. But I got parts. The question is, and I really should pick up some stuff off the floor. You know, there's a fella that's building a Lamborghini Huracan on, well, he's on Instagram doing it for YouTube, for a YouTube channel, and he's got really nice snap-on tools. And he was cleaning up his tools, and I thought, you know, that's the right thing to do. Guys should be, you know, cleaning up all your tools at the end of the day, so you start fresh with nothing on the floor. But it wouldn't be me. Of course, there's maybe a reason why he's got a full snap-on tool chest and I have a hodgepodge of good quality tools. Some of them are not that great quality, but you know, you got to pick and choose your battles. I got some snap-on stuff, but I think I'm going to use the red connectors if I can, because if I don't need to overkill it, why overkill it? Now I'm thinking maybe these aren't big enough. Yeah, gonna have to use the blue. They'd work for the those, but not the these. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You hear what I'm laying down? Not those, but for these. So I'll just put those on the bench because that's what we do. Okay, I'm gonna get to work. Well, I guess I am working. Brown. I think brown is black. Where's brown? Wait a second. Brown is in fact signal. Who would have thought? I know I didn't think. I actually turned the heat up in here. It was like 44 degrees, so I turned it up to 46. I know. It's gonna be so warm. Well, who am I kidding? It'll be warmer. Heavy on the Now, I know a lot of guys don't like these shrink tube butt connectors, but I kind of like them. Not gonna lie. As long as you don't pierce the shrink tube part, and then I'll use a little torchy-warchy, what am I, 5? Sometimes, to heat it up. It'll be just fine. You know, ultimately the best is shrink tube. Well, actually, ultimately the best is crimp, solder, shrink tube, silicone, and tape. But at least I think that's the best. I don't know. In my theory, that's the best. It's also a lot of work. And it's not that I'm lazy. Well, it might be because I'm lazy. But these will work just fine too. Just fine. Just fine. Sorry. Gosh. Guys are probably just going to be like, Mike, what? You know, it's 2023. What's happened to me? You're a rapper. But it's, you know. Now, there we go. Now I just have to find a little torch. Or big torch. Maybe a little torch would be better. You know, I picked up this little torch. It's like a cigarette lighter, but I don't smoke. But it's like a torchy one, you know. And when it works good. But trying to get it to work, that's a whole nother story. So when you can't get it to work, this works. Extreme danger. It's not just danger, it's extreme danger. And just give her a little. Although I do find that these shrink tube connectors take a fair bit of heat to shrink. But they do shrink eventually. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh yeah. And it's kind of cool because you can kind of tell when it's wrapped around the wire when you don't see any, like when it's kind of metallic-y. Is that the right word? Like, you know, because you can see right through the wire, whereas that, it's kind of like foggy? I don't know. Not shiny, not clear, not see-through-edness. And you know you've got it good when your wire sets on fire. When your wire's burnt, yeah, you've done a good job. Good job at burning your wire. Just don't pull your wire. Well, I mean, who am I to judge? I think that one's good. It actually does work pretty good. My fingers are getting warm, not hot. That's when you know you've gone too close to the edge, when your fingers hurt because they're burnt. And you know you've been there. I know you've been there. You guys have done a thing or two. I know. Okay. So now we can. Ooh, they're still hot. Maybe I'll do the other ones too. I'm gonna have to pull this lens off to put that lens on. So let's do the other one. So I'll go do that and let these cool. And then I'm gonna hook up these lights to test it. I know, the wires are too short. What do you do? So I don't fully understand why they make it so you have to take the light off to put the little plastic thingy, you know, bracket on, but that's how they do it. I'll put these somewhere safe, like right there, and then that. Okay, so I guess I can put this on and then just feed the wires through. Use the gasket from the old one. Oh yeah. Well, and I guess that way you can change the bulbs when the bulbs burn out. assuming they'll burn out. And they probably will, because that's how it goes. And I use a supplied hardware, which is here. I got it. And now you guys might be wondering, Mike, why are you going with clear LEDs when your marker lights are amber? Well, it's okay. It's only the one that was full of screws. Great. The reason why is because I think these lights look better when you don't notice the signal light, because I like them more square and not, you know, not sticking out. And that's the only thing I don't like about the OEM Peterbilt signal light, is it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. And I mean, let's face it, they probably want it to, so that, you know, people know when you're signaling. But let's face it, for looks wise, looks better if it's more square. So, but you still need to have a signal light, because people still need to know that you want to turn. So that's why I went with clear. So we'll see when it's done how it, come on, like, how hard is, like, this shouldn't be this difficult. I'm just saying. Are you gonna line up? Right on the edge. Yeah, so we'll see when it's all hooked up. You know, maybe I should change the lights to clear. I could, but I don't have clear signal light, not signal lights, but mirror lights. It's the mirror lights that I don't have in clear, so I think I'll keep the other ones amber. We'll see how it goes. Tell me what you think. As the saying goes, just bleep bloop it down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Should I go with clear marker lights or keep them amber? Okay, so that's screwed on. I'll just put that there. Now let's plug these lights in. So orange goes to orange, which is yellow with a tag that says orange. Brown goes to brown, which is marker lights. And green is your ground, because it makes no sense. Made sense to someone once upon a time. Back when trucks had color-coded lights. Stuff all these back into that housing. We'll just set that there. Are you gonna fit? Where am I here? Where? Yeah, there. That's what we're doing. Don't know why they do it this way. Of course, I said that already once, didn't I? Don't want to over torque it and crack the plastic. And these are like the smallest screws you could find. I don't know that they could have found smaller ones. There we go. Now all we need is the beauty cover. It just snaps on. Is that it? All right, that's it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Looks a little better than the big orange one, so. So anyways, I'm gonna do the same to the Hutter side, and then we'll hook up the lights. So I'll have to test it to make sure they work, because right now, I'm pretty sure it works. You know, I followed the orange to yellow, tagged blue, so I'm sure it's fine. Okay, passenger side one is on as well. Now let's stand back and take a look. Yeah. So what I like about the clear one is you notice the headlight is kind of the focal point. So it looks more square. And I think since we don't have, you know, the 4 squares, I think this is the best looking version of the big 5x7 headlights. So I like it. Yeah, and we're gonna try running the halogen bulbs for now. Maybe I'll put the LEDs in later. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. Try the halogens for now, and let's get these things working. So, because the kicker I have is the wires from 06 are under here, and the other wires are there. So I need to make a jumper or something like that. What do you do? So I opted to trim off the old lights, and I'm snipping the plugs off the newer lights and butt connectoring them on, because, you know, I know it'll probably, you know, not be as good as solder and all that stuff, but it's what I'm doing. I know, right? But look at how nice that engine looks. Like, and I don't want to jinx myself, but there's no oil drips on the ground. Wow. None for the engine. There actually is for the transmission. The transmission cooler lines are leaking. I was thinking about taking the transmission cooler off because it's plugged full of dirt. But, and you know, stop the leak. Oh, and I gotta put a transmission temperature sending unit back in, because when I had the jack underneath it, I kind of squashed the tip of the sending unit. So I know, I shouldn't have done it, but I did. So but we'll do that another day. First, we got to get these lights working, and they will work by the time I'm done. Would have been nice if they were long like these, but that's okay. I'm thinking having a connection right centered under the bumper probably wasn't the best idea, but anyways, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I've got the old plugs, so I can swap them to the old lights. Don't know what I can do with the old lights yet, but yeah, put them on the shelf, and you never know. A guy might have another project where he needs them. So yeah. And now the other thing is I need to make sure I hook the right wires up to the right wires and not the wrong wires, because the wrong wires would be wrong wires. I know, it's pretty, I'm like a genius. No, I'm not. I've got an itchy eye. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's hook them up. Which ones do we want to hook up? Markers or headlights first? Okay, so now I'm going to plug this in, set you guys up the front, and you can tell me if it's working. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm going to go cycle through the lights. You guys tell me if they're working. Okay. Marker lights. Okay, good. Right signal. Okay. Left signal. Ah, right on. Headlights. Nice. High beam. Ah, look at that, eh? 4 ways. Look at that. And high beams. Almost like the guy planned it that way. Yep. So what do you think? I like it. Anyways, I'll finish wrapping up these wires, tape them, and move on to the next one. Project, that is. So another project that I want to do, which some may not like, some might like it. I like it, because that's why I'm going to do it. I have another air breather, and I'm going to mount it on here, but I'm not going to hook it up right now. The air intake should just butt up here, but to get it functional, I'm going to have to cut a big hole here and cut a big hole here, and there's some relays and stuff there, which I can move at a future date, and then I'll have to make some Y pipes. But you know what? If it's here and it's not hooked up, it'll still look good. And that's kind of what I want. I'm not gonna lie, maybe I'm shallow, I want it for looks. So what we're gonna do, I talked to the body shop, asked how to put the not huck bolts, but what are they called now? Riv nuts in. So we're gonna try it. Worst case scenario, I drill a hole, I bugger it up and need someone to fix it. But I think we can do it because you know what? Learn to do by doing and all that crap. So without further ado, let's try it. So that's gonna go like that. Now, this actually has a shim which will get used. So then it'll sit out like that. I'm gonna have to turn that can a bit, but that's okay, we can do that. That's basically where it's gonna go. But I've also got, let's call it a cheat sheet. I'm gonna use this as a template. Not a dinner plate, but a template. Isn't that funny? I know. I'll just mark a hole like that. Mark a hole like that. And from this side. It'll be like right there. Question is that it's my scientific measuring method. Put a pen up. So now, I just have to bore a big hole. But I'm gonna check to make sure those are square. I'll use a tape measure. So if I put this here, it's basically right on 1 inch on this, okay? It matches. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it, but I saw it, so gotta believe it. And drills are at the other house. Oh, but I have non-cordless drills, so all is not lost. Just have to find them. Here we go. Power fist, 3/8 drive I might add, corded. So I picked up these drill bit packages the other day, and I like it because it's got a whole bunch of a few sizes. Like, I'm not sure what this size is, but so you know when you break a drill bit, I'll have a spare. I know. I thought, what a great idea. So I'm gonna be careful because I have no idea what's behind there. Probably electrical stuff, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And we're gonna do one, make sure it works before I drill all the other ones. So I only, you know, just in case, I'm just saying. A little bit of pressure. That wasn't so hard. This could be a little harder. It's pretty thick right there. Okay. Do I have an impact? I do have an impact. That part is good. That's the little doohickey rib nut thing. And this is a bolt. This is a bolt. No. So we're gonna put that in the hole, put the impact on here and hold it, this nut with a wrench. And then there's a grabby washer. It's my technical term, a grabby washer. So that when you tighten it up, this should hold the riv nut, so when you tighten this up, it sucks it in. Hopefully it doesn't just spin this, because that'd be annoying. And I think I might lubricate the threads on this too, so that it has an easier time pulling in. So I'm just gonna go find my impact, because I set it down somewhere, but I'll go check the floor. It's probably on the floor. Okay, I'm gonna pull the tape back a bit. Bring you guys in a little closer. Bring it in a little closer. Anyways, that was creepy. Let's give this a whirl. This should just... It's tight. Should I give it a little tap? Maybe I'll give it a little tap. Of course, I want it to be snug so that it grabs. Maybe that's too tight. A little stressed. It's okay. It'll be okay, Mike. Maybe I need to go one size bigger with that. Oh, it's so close. So close! Let's try tapping it again. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do it! It's gonna work. It's gonna work fabulous because it's gotta. My battery. I shouldn't say it died, it just ran out of oomph. Well, what the? Did I strip it? Oh, I think I did. Gosh. You know, it might work. There's threads there, but boy, I tell you, I just about boogered it. That's stressful. So upon further inspection, I did strip the first part, but there's threads at the back. So we're gonna do it again, but maybe with a little less horsepower. Live and learn. And it did, you know, if you look at it, it's squashed it acorn-like. So it's interesting, you know, it's interesting. So let's do it 3 more times. Learn to do by doing. It's 2023. Like, man, a guy's got to try this stuff. Thank goodness I had it on the clutch. Maybe I'll turn it to not on the clutch. So the one thing about electric drills that aren't cordless is when they grab, there's a lot of torque there. Interesting. Interesting. Let's just give it a little tippy tap. Okay. Let's try it again. Maybe a little less horsepower, Mike. It's okay. Okay. We can do it. Did it again. Gosh, tell ya. You know what I think I need? Longer bolt. If I look, if I look here and put that there, if my bolt was another 1/8 of an inch longer, it would have more pulling power. So I'm gonna go see if I have a bigger bolt. Okay, I found a longer bolt, so I think this is gonna work better. And you know what? We're learning. That's the important part, or the good part, or it's a part. We'll just, yeah, we're learning something else. My washer, my nut. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're in good. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. Let's do this again. That's gonna work. I'm trying to stop short of stripping it this time. I know, what a novel idea. I don't know how much they're supposed to crimp. I know lots of times the factory ones will start to turn on a guy, which is a bit of a pain in the behind. So I don't think that they're like super torquey. And, get this nut in behind there. There we go. Put my wrench on it. I'm gonna call that good, because I do not want to strip another one, especially when I have, well, see, that one looks pretty good. Looks really good. Okay, now all we gotta do is put the air breather on. Where are those nuts anyways? And when I say nuts, I really mean bolts. Oops. Careful, careful, careful. Let's just get it started with a couple. Oh, dang it, that's gonna go on the inside. Okay, we're learning. I gotta put it in behind the door jamb. There we go. Gosh. we're gonna have to do a few things here. I'm just loosening this off to try and get these bolts started. Because it's not an exact science. I know, I was surprised too. Okay, back. Oh, I love it. Love it. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull these off because it's rolling up the rubber, which I don't like it. I don't like it. One thing you really have to worry about with stainless bolts is when you tighten them up, they'll pile up. And when I mean pile up, the threads will pull because they're not very strong. Not like a nice grade 8 steel bolt. So guys got to be careful for that. If you get them cross-threaded a little bit, they pile up easy. So you really got to be careful. There. We've got a genuine fake air breather. Now I just got to put the top on. We'll clean it up because it's all covered in dirt, and feeling pretty good about this. Okay, so I want to put this back on like so. Then we've got our little nuts. Those are 9/16. Probably. A lot of the stuff is 9/16 I've found. That looks so much better. So much better to have 2 air cans. Even though it's not functional, it looks good just being there. I got a little bit of soap residue, so I'll get a clean cloth, wipe it off, close the hood and take a look, see what it looks like. Oh, yeah, boy. That's better. Now I just need to get some air cleaner lights. But doesn't that look better? Even if it's non-functioning at the moment. You know what? We stand back a little bit and it's symmetrical. Symmetrical. Even Steven. Yeah. So yeah, I really like it. I'm gonna keep the halogen lights for now. And you know what? It looks good. I like it. Need to stand back a little more. Tall stacks, another air breather. Now we just need some polished tanks, aluminum wheels. Yeah. Also need to get some self-tapping. Of course, maybe we should check and see if I have some lag bolts. Because then we can put these skirts on, lag bolt them. Because these are the skirts, and you can see they've got the holes in them. And then we'll just hold it up under here and zing them into place. I'm gonna check and see if I have any, because if I do, this won't take but a minute. Famous last words, right? But a minute. I found some screws, and I'm just gonna put them on and use a pilot hole. Drill a pilot hole and then use the screws. It's a brilliant term. I'm gonna drill a pilot hole and then use the screws to screw it on. Let's just check the gap. That looks good. And then these, ow! Oh, that hurt. There's an air valve there. Watch your knee. Okay. Fold this in, and I'll hold it in place with me vice grips. Me wee little vice grips. This one might be a little more of a challenge to screw in. How's that? Curve is not. Oh, I see what I gotta do there. It's gonna be a one of those where you gotta kinda, yeah, might not be too bad. There. Okay, this is a tight spot to get into. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'll move you over here. There we go. Using my angle impact, because there ain't much room here. But we can do her. Hard. There. Oh, those lag bolts, screws, whatever you want to call them, work good. Plus, I'm cleaning up my toolbox. You know, my scrap screw drawer. Now, they're not scrap. You know, spare screws. That's why you want to have a drawer with those screws. Look at that. It's got a few scratches, but so does the truck. Let's go to the other side now. Okay, let's get this up here. I'm gonna center it over, figure out where center is. We'll do this side first, I think. Ah, that was a toughie. It's got me breathing heavy. Got me breathing heavy, heavy, Chevy, breathing heavy, Chevy, Chevy. What are you gonna do? This one's gonna be a challenge. A challenge, ouch. Accept your challenge. Accept your challenge, sir. That works. bit of stuff in my ear, not eye, my ear. What do you think? Skirts are on. That looks fantastic. Just fantastic. And I have to put some airlines on here too. But check that out. Yeah. Now we're talking. Not too shabby. Now I got to get some for here, but that's okay. I got one piece. I have one here that I could make a mate to it. Now it's not quite right, but we could make it work. You know, it's about the right size. We could put it in there. The only kicker is we have this gap there. So depending if we think that looks okay or looks silly, it probably looks silly. I should probably have a square one. But yeah, what about, maybe this would work on the other side. Maybe if a guy had the taper to the back and then I make another one. I'll have to move my block heater plug, but that's not a big deal since technically right now it's just a cord. So if a guy put, why does that seem shorter? Let's hook, latch the hood. So if we put this here, like that, kind of squared off like that, and then it would taper off there. I don't know, that's a big gap there. So, I don't know. We'll have to think about that one, but overall, she's looking pretty dang fine. Pretty dang fine if I don't say so myself. I just need a drop visor. But maybe that can wait for now, because it has a visor on it. Look at that, eh? A couple of whip aerials on it. She's looking good. Of course, I still have to get a couple of stainless bumper bolts that are the right size. And you know, I'm pretty sure I measured or took one with me, but apparently I didn't do it right. Look at that, 2 air breathers. I like it. I like it like that, oh baby. Just trying to size up how it looks. Height-wise they look good. Yeah, she looks real good. Cab skirt on that side. But anyways, guys, that's it for me tonight. And it's dinner time. Take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Clean up my mess, but dang, does that look good. Pretty happy. She's coming together. She's coming together.